Hello, Barbara Lewis here with Singing After 40. Welcome. I hope you're having a good day. Today I'm going to talk about how to approach difficult passages in a song. This was suggested to me by a student, a friend, very good singer. She also suggested another one, how to overcome psychological barriers in a song. When you've created some sort of barrier that you can't get by, how do you deal with that? But I'm going to start with how to approach difficult passages, so I'll be right back. Just a quick mention of my new free mini course called Take Your Song from Zero to Wow. The link is right under the video. Don't miss out. So there are several things that I could deal with. Technical is the first one, of course, where you have to overcome a technical issue, and that's the majority of our problems. Another would be theatrical, where you're not making the song speak and you need to work on that. Another could be lyrical, where you're having trouble with words. They're too fast or they're in another language. Another one is memory. But I'm going to deal today with technical. I'm going to use myself as a guinea pig. One particular passage that has 3 difficult moments in it. So I'm going to start with that and show you how I personally am dealing with those 3 issues. So here we go. This passage is from a well-known song that I won't mention in case YouTube flags it. It moves from a lower octave to a higher octave. It moves from the speechier part of my voice into the headier, thinner part of my voice. And the first issue is trying to bridge that gap so that you don't hear a big shift of texture, a big shift of style. So it's like this. The young, so I'm coming from a speechy, high, light, speechy place. The young become the old. And I need to go into a really correctly created space inside the mouth in order to have those 2 feelings of tone match. I could do this. I wouldn't, but I could. The young become the old. And that certainly doesn't work. It's like I've gone from being maybe a jazz pop singer to a classical singer on top, so you don't want that. But I have to always correct myself when I move into the upper part of the range, that I get it into just the right shape of mouth. And for me to do that, and perhaps for you too, is to use this kind of a squinty, scrunched up look. One of my coaches calls it the Nashville squint. So it's like that. And it does create in your mouth kind of an inner space that allows you to have a thinner, slightly more nasal, more twangy feeling sound on that upper note. And I'll show you the difference. The young become the old. I'm putting it into a more nasal place, and it's much more narrow. It's got a little more twang. It's really an inner created space that's different from what I would usually use up there. The young become the old. So I would practice that quite a few times. You have to be careful not to overdo it because your voice gets tired, and then you're practicing with a detriment to the muscles there. So I would do that maybe 5, 6, 7 times just to get the feeling of it. I would record it as I am now. I would look at it and listen to it. Also, then I would visualize it. What kind of shape of face do I want when I sing that? I would probably wake up in the morning if I was having trouble with a passage, and I would sing through it in my mind and get the feeling of what I need to do. So that's how I would deal with this first issue. The second one is I have to go even higher. So it's the same kind of inner shape that I need, and then I do fast notes. Young become the old, and mysteries will unfold. So if you can see what's happening there, I'm going a little bit higher, keeping that Nashville squint, and then I've got to come into a loosening of that inner mouth in order to do fast notes coming down. When I get to the bottom of that passage, I have to go seamlessly back into the speechy part of my voice. So this is a 3-part difficulty. So I would practice that upper note as I showed you. Then the next part I would begin to practice. And mysteries, and right from here, will. I would do that over and over. Again, not too many times, but enough so that I feel that I'm in the right spot. And mysteries will. When you're working on those fast notes, practice them slowly at first so you get them right, and then slowly, gradually speed them up. Then get the feeling of those bottom two notes. Unfold, and mysteries will unfold. So that I'm creating a join there. I would practice that, a number of times. I would again visualize it, that whole passage where I have three things to deal with. On the bottom, I would work those two notes, unfold, unfold, so that it's really light in my speechy area. Mysteries will unfold. Get the feeling of how the muscles work in order to re-engage that speech very fast. So part of it is doing things over and over again, but knowing what you're aiming for. You don't want to just wear yourself out practicing things that are not working. Get some help, get some input on what technical things you could try in order to overcome whatever difficulty you're having there. Practice, visualize. Another thing that's really helpful, particularly in something where there's fast notes, is to use gestures, which apparently really help the brain to help your voice to make things happen. So this is what I do when I have to do that fast note. And mysteries will unfold. And on the bottom there, I might do that. Unfold. I use gestures more so than I ever would in a performance. I use them in practicing to get a sense of a third sense. So there's the brain, there's the throat, and then a third sense is tactile. That helps also with vibrato. If you're having a vibrato issue, try and use this. So that's how I approach something like this. I hope that in there you see things that can help you too. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.